Today's question from a student is, why does gravity pull things down? So it's a great question. Why does gravity pull things down? Before I answer that, there's a great example. You can find this on YouTube, where in the TV show Friends, if you've ever watched Friends, the character Phoebe and the character Ross. Ross is a PhD. He knows about dinosaurs. He's a professor, and they're arguing about science. And and she says, and Ross says something like this. I'm trying to paraphrase. Well, you believe in gravity, don't you? And she's like, oh, don't give me. So Phoebe says, don't get me started on gravity. He's like, oh, what? So she's kind of pulling his leg. We say pulling his leg in America, playing a joke on him. But what she says is interesting. She said, no, recently I don't feel like I'm being pulled down as much as pushed. So from the sky, she's pushed down instead of getting pulled down, as gravity actually does, pulls us down. So anyway, it's a great scene about this topic. And also, before I answer, you can see here this great picture showing Isaac Newton sitting under the apple tree, and the apple fell on his head. That's how he discovered gravity. Most people know that this is not true nowadays. You can fact check me, and you can put in the comments if you can prove it later. But of course, this is not true. It's an easy story that was has been told for like over 100 years to teach kids about gravity. It's an easy way to teach kids about gravity. Like Isaac Newton, even he didn't know gravity. He was just sitting there and an apple fell on his head. He's like, "What? Why? Why did that hit my head?" So now, why does gravity pull us down? It's very interesting. It depends on the mass. I'll talk about this in a different video about the moon and space and versus the Earth, but it depends on the mass of the planet. How big it is, it has more gravity. If we didn't have gravity, for example, the water in the rivers and the humans would just float off into space. So, of course, the gravity is based on the mass of how big the planet is. So, everything, uh, it's the bigger the planet, the easier it is to hold things down. So, of course, that's why when you're walking, you don't just float away. So that's also why airplanes have to defeat gravity in order to fly away. So the more you know. So again, and please research that Isaac Newton one and tell me. You can put in the comments later. No, I proved it at this website. Here, this information that it's actually is true. Isaac found discovered gravity by the apple fall on his head. So you can fact check me. Okay, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in tomorrow's video. Keep your questions coming.